Hello, everybody. This is Kill Me Horde. Welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. Hello, Irene.
Did she really care for him after all? The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
That's a horrible picture.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
No, definitely not.
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
Probably like
Was
she's
she
killing a
jealous
friend.
of Sarah Hawkins? The Shambler. I need to see it.
No, you do not.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. Inside my head, I see it. Behind my eyelids. Each time I shut my eyes.
Bro was really having a problem.
Anymore. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
I'm gonna assume that she's okay. Where the fuck did Cat go? More medicine. Oh. That's Mouse Bestiarium. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the book. That's probably a bad idea.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Worries about strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival. Some members, including her husband, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She's afraid they'll suffer the same fate as the lost
Strange.
tribe.
For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Yes.
I could use one of those.
What is it? Somniferous?
A strange Amerindian pendant.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
Cat, shut the
I've
fuck
got
up.
a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in
You're
this
gonna kick
gallery?
me in the balls again? Should I Nums.
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings.
Oh,
She
fair
doesn't
enough.
intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network, and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say? Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
I really want. You know what? I'm gonna read it. Encyclopedia of Monstrous and Unknown Creatures. That was doing. That was a big jump. Fuck.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
I forgot about this. The Shambler's right over there. I just have to be careful.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
I need that knife. This man is a collector. That's
Why was
cool.
he so interested in old weapons?
No, I need that knife.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
How do I fight the
The man
Shambler?
transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Gotta remember how I'm supposed to deal with this. The Shambler.
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
You see, I need to use this one specifically.
This dagger looks different.
I think I'm gonna go stab the painting. Seems like a good idea. What do you guys think? Yoink.
What's the matter with you?
Had to be that dagger because the dagger had the Elder sign on it. That
You sure
star
you
with the
won't be
eyeball
needing
on
that
it.
hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Yeah, really.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Thank you. Goodbye. Oh boy, right? Fought off the Shambler, at least. I just get to go talk to Algernon Drake now. Oh, great. Someone broke into his shop. And when you break out the window, you unlock the door from the inside with that.
Freud's The Interpretation of... Where's the bookseller?
Freud.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
The pastor said he was a prophet, renounced God, and worshipped a strange pagan entity. Oh no. He renounced God. Blah 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 blah. Darkwater history. Bookseller? Did I level up Weston yet? One more book, probably. Algernon. Algernon. Oh, fuck. Okay, that's better. Algerninian.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
That's what I wanted. Hey, I got level 3. I'm a professional. Pharmacist, I don't know.
What happened here?
What happened, sir? Blindness.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah, amateur work.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably. This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Yeah, you can say that again.
What sort of thief leaves his tool? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
Bro, you already keep giving me questions that I can't answer. I ain't gonna answer you.
What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
What is in there?
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
Something that I am not allowed to look at.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Thank you. This isn't good. My sanity isn't doing too hot. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. I haven't gone through and clicked on everything for a hot minute.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link
Yes.
did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
God damn, that's a lot of money. That's $2,053 back then. That's a lot of money right now. This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. Remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Anatomy book.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Three cylinders combined in the Greek world. Numbered. They're all numbered. They ask that we take it to Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. Oh.
Arkham editions. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Yeah, really.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the play, dear friend. I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed.
The Queen has
set
little
in
protection.
divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its...
Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
9.
No.
Nope, not reading it. I don't know what it is, I'm not reading it. Looking for a goddamn chess piece. And I don't know what he's talking about by droplets of blood.
The Queen has little protection.
And these red drops, like... I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods.
Yeah.
Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
I'm a little lost. The only other interactable thing I have back here is that book that I'm not going to read. What the fuck?
The Queen has little protection. The Queen has little protection.
Start at 0. Boop, 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 boop. There we go, I got it. Oh, don't read it, dummy. It's literally covered in blood. Fucking Christ. Am I back at the hospital again? A book covered in human skin. I'm in the hospital again. Fucking ridiculous, I swear to God. Hello?
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. 30-year-old subject, severe hypothermia, erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums, necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll
He's
find
turning
an
into a
explanation.
squid.
We have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations.
That it
and
is.
This transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations.
I'm insinuating
I've done
that
to
you
him what I do
changed
to
him into
all
a
my
squid.
patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more
squid.
animal than human.
Squid.
now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Shut up. I don't care, Fuller. Get out of here. Get out of here with your...
What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
I don't know why, but it seems like for some reason they decided, oh, to signify that they're talking, we need to have them
medicine.
move.
Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects. This place draws you in, and never. The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Courage, Elizabeth.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
By the way, I don't actually know where I'm going at all. Oh, because I'm not Pierce, I can't do that. It's out in the hallway. Is this Fuller's office?
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured.
Oh my
I'll tell him
god,
you
this
came
game's
by.
just like, yeah, you're
That
speaking.
won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Well, you're a bitch, so... If I wasn't a woman, I'd tell you to suck on my balls.
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan. The operating room is never accessible after an operation. This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow,
Oh
they're
my
still
God.
waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they...
Understood.
As a matter of fact, yeah,
Oh.
you should go see...
The boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Dr. Colden.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by.
I don't get
days
why
are-
they have us waiting so long.
Where'd my fiance
Almost
go?
no patience
I
here.
hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not
Spit it out.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Beep boop bop. Boop beep beep boop bop.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Bruh.
Sir, I'm going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
Thank you.
She recently came back from the surgical block. He broke his back in an accident down by the... Why did nobody tell me about her admission? Mrs. Sanders?
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's
What
the
happened,
old
man?
whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium
take your
level
time.
is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Bro just has hay fever.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan. Oh, listen to the
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Naughty girl.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food. The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Hey, you keep them doped up, they aren't gonna do anything, you know?
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks. We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, and Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
Yeah, really. Fuller's just a bitch. Same with Donovan.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Woman moment. I joke, I joke. Hey, a pipe wrench. Fine, monkey wrench. Why are so many people here ugly?
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
I am so sorry, wink. Not really.
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something.
That's funny how, like, easy that was.
Patient files. I was right.
Oh yes, I shall listen to them, my dear.
Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar...
The shoe! It's right here!
Why is Ethan on medication?
Everyone's on medication.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Medicine.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement. I should go another way.
To the basement. Horrible winch. Yeah, this just looks horrible in general.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
I inject you with turn into squid potion.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute.
She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right.
Fine, Algernon.
I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion.
Algernon.
Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Can't pause like I kind of wanted to, but you know, whatever. Alright, well, I am all out of time for this episode today, everybody. I shall see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.